Howdy folks, Nathan here for the Fast Lane Car and TFL Studios. And behind me is the 2020 Honda CR-V Hybrid. This is an interesting car, not just because it's a hybrid, but it gives you an awful lot of car for the money and a lot of tech for the money. And for those of you who are into the CR-V, this could be the car for you.
Do you guys love cars? Well, we've got a new podcast that will keep you entertained for hours, from on-road to off-road, from Corvette to Jeeps. Check out tflcar.com/podcast or go to wherever you get your podcast, including iTunes, Google Podcast, or Spotify.
All right, so you might be asking yourself, well, isn't it the same thing as a RAV4 hybrid? Not exactly. It uses a lot of the same technology that's currently being used in the Honda Accord Hybrid. Same engine, same basic setup up front. But unlike that vehicle, it has all-wheel drive standard. That's right, it comes standard with all-wheel drive. Now here's the cool part. The premium for getting the hybrid system is around $1,200. So think about what you get standard for that. Better performance, because it is faster, more torque, because it has it, and way better fuel economy, and you still get the basic all-wheel drive system. So, what do you get with the Honda CR-V Hybrid that you don't get with the regular Honda CR-V? Well, not a lot. I mean, other than the hybrid system, the trims are exactly the same. Honda has them across the board the same. Really, the big difference is you get the standard all-wheel drive and, of course, the hybrid system. But in terms of all the components and everything else that you use day to day, they're pretty much the same. All right, simply put, the combined horsepower with the gas engine, which is a 2-liter Atkin cycle 4-banger, and then the 2 electric motor setup, is 212 horsepower and 232 pound-feet of torque. That is a lot more torque than the competition. It gives you 40 miles per gallon city, 35 highway, and 38 mpg combined. As I said before, it's sort of a 1-speed transmission. It's not an automatic, it's just a 1-gear type thing. It works a lot like a CVT, at least that's how it sounds, but it does the job efficiently. Okay guys, so one of the things you might be wondering is, what does this type of performance get you? Remember, 212 horsepower, 232 pound-feet of torque. Well, that gives you best-in-class torque because the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid has 203 pound-feet of torque and the Ford Escape Hybrid has 155 pound-feet of torque. Now remember, that's combined. However, the Honda has 212 horsepower and the Honda CR-V does not quite match the Toyota RAV4, which has 219 horsepower. The Ford Escape Hybrid has 200 horsepower. We have an amazing opportunity while we're here. We get to take the CR-V into the sand. Now, the reason why I consider that an amazing opportunity is because recently we got a chance to take the regular Honda CR-V into the snow. Now, just like its brother, the all-wheel drive system takes power and sends it to the rear when it detects slippage. Up to 40% of the power is sent to the rear. That's funny, some people have actually sent me notes saying, no, it's not that, it's 60%, it's 80%. No, I was just hanging out with the guy who actually built the system and he said 40%. And it works in a mechanical way, unlike the Toyota RAV4, which actually has electric motors powering the rear wheels. This is mechanical. So the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, and we've had a lot of experience taking these things off-road and bouncing around with them, and they work pretty good. What you need to know is that the rear end, it's all based on an electric motor. It is not powered by a regular transmission. All right, so here we go. Now you cannot fully defeat traction control. So I got my foot all the way down and I'm trying to be Mr. Rally guy, and the minute it becomes unhappy, can hear the rear end say, nope, no good. It's not exactly letting me have a ton of fun, but it's keeping me safe. Also, I want to kick the rear out and it's not letting me do it. So my foot's down and it's braking for me. Yep, hear that? That is ABS saying, no, no soup for you. Turning traction control off, just like I tried to do in the Toyota. Now this one I don't think will be all the way off, but because it's a mechanical all-wheel drive system, I do expect slightly different results. Oh yeah. For one thing, it's letting me kick the sand out. It's letting me kick the rear end out. I like that. So you can be more aggressive. This is a hybrid? Yeah, I like that. So, yeah, you can have more fun with this. But also, the all-wheel drive system certainly seems to be a lot more aggressive. And I like the fact that you can kind of dial it your own way. The rest of the driving experience is really similar to the CR-V. In fact, I thought that this would be slower off the line because the regular CR-V has that punchy little 1.5 liter turbo. That thing moves really nice, even with the CVT. This puts out a lot more torque. Off the line, you have the electric motor helping you take off as well. And because of that, this actually is faster. Actually noticeably faster. The seat of the pants feel is that this thing kind of moves. Wanted to show you one more thing. I'm in sport mode. This thing is flying. The performance in terms of 0 to 60 and just getting up there off the line in traffic, this thing is quick. I wanted to show you guys this while I'm moving around, and that is the Sport, Econ, and EV buttons that come only on the hybrid. Now, Sport I already told you about. Basically, you trigger it and you get a little bit faster response. Econ, well, that kind of dulls things down and gives you the maximum amount of fuel. And then EV, now that's a strange one because if I'm in EV mode, even at maximum charge, it's only going to give me 1 mile of EV range. That's right. And it's only at slow speeds. In terms of pricing, performance, and what you get for the money, I still maintain that this thing is just a kick-ass bargain. Well done, Honda. Now, when I get it up to Colorado and I bounce around in the snow, yeah, then we're gonna see what's up. ...2020 Honda CR-V Hybrid Touring comes in at a MSRP of $35,950. Bear in mind, this is almost the top trim level. But the performance and the price, well, that's compelling. And I gotta be honest with you, I've never been a big CR-V fan. I like the first and second generation, but the third and up, I was never a big fan of the shape, the design. I thought they were good and utilitarian. But this package, really, there's only a few things that set it back. It's not exactly what I would call scintillating in terms of design. But as a daily mover, as something that you use to get from point A to point B efficiently, with a decent all-wheel drive system, it's great. I can't wait to bring it to Colorado and try it out in the Rocky Mountains. For the Fast Lane Car and for TFL Studios, this is Nathan. Don't forget to go to TFLcar.com for news, views, reviews, and more of this. See you next time. This is really epic out here. Just beautiful. Covered wagon, cactus, woodchucks mating a lot. Some other creatures that I don't really know what they are, slithering around. It's Tucson.